what are we?
Seasons. That's how they're going. Season. That's hard.
Yo, we don't know what it is.
No, it's season 2, episode 3
of the FN Radio Podcast. It's your girl Faith,
and I'm Natalie.
What's going on with you on this lovely Sunday?
I'm just hungry, y'all. We both hungry.
Yeah, we starving. I tried to stop at Starbucks and it was already like
it's crazy
11:20.
Yeah, it's crazy because we both did. It was like 11 o'clock and I stayed like 30 minutes from where we gotta record, so I'm like, I gotta push it. I gotta be here for 11:30. So
yeah, it was not
sacrifice.
working.
I had to make a sacrifice.
So we starving right now. We starving because we love y'all,
but we still gonna give y'all a good episode.
Yes,
and
yes.
Have ASS
yeah
episode. So today's topic, you want to tell them what today's topic is?
Why I keep hitting this mic? Wait, not we just all over the place. Yo, we just discombobulated right now. Like I done hit the mic already like 3 times. But we are gonna be talking about self-love, how to have self-love, how to have self-confidence in yourself, really what that means, and I guess just some kind of helpful tips or whatever. We gonna see how it go, you know, but that's really you know what the goal is to talk about today. Yeah,
so I'll just start it off. Just the word self-love, like I'll say my definition, then you could like chime in what your definition is.
Mm-hmm.
Self-love for me is putting myself above all others, but in a healthy way, and it's just basically nurturing me and all that I am.
Yes, I agree. And I made a post not last night but the night before. Mm-hmm. And basically, let me go to my archive on Instagram. If y'all not in my close friends, y'all did not see it, but I don't know what was in me. I think this day I think I went to therapy, and I haven't went to therapy probably in like 6 months. But at the end of the session, she was basically asking me, okay, you know, when we met last time, you know, we were on that path. Like, what path and journey do you want to go down today? Like, well, not today, but from here on out. Like, what is the focus of it? And I was just like telling her, I was basically saying, you know, when I was coming to the sessions, I was speaking about, you know, relationships and certain friendships and, you know, what was going on and like kind of like exterior things. But I was telling her, I was like, you know, I don't really give a sugar honey iced tea about nobody else. Like, this is about me. Like, I want to focus on me. I want to see and control what I have going on. I want to worry about me and what I am going to be doing moving forward. My businesses, whatever I have going on, is really all about me. And this is what basically I feel like my self-love is from what this is. I don't care, and this is the post, by the way, I don't care about what nobody else has going on. I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody. I'm happy where I am in my life. I'm gonna continue to push for my goals and what God has planned for me. I'm continuously growing mentally and in my business. More businesses and collaborations are in the works. If it's not about education, genuine partnerships, growth, high vibrations, pure love and intentions, don't bother me. Much love. And that's what I feel like self-love is.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. It's basically putting yourself first.
Yeah.
And, you know, just nurturing you. And
right.
I think like I said, I watched a podcast this morning about like how somebody else felt about self-love and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it just made me think, like, to me, you have to lose yourself to find yourself.
That's true.
And I don't know if everybody's gonna agree with that, but
or even go through that.
But me, I had to like literally like lose myself, who I thought I was. I had to like question my worth, all that, to then find out and go on this self-love journey that everybody talks about, and then be like, okay, well, you're this person, you're that, da, 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 da. And so like if anybody comes in and tries to tell me I'm anything otherwise than what I think I am, no, like that can't get to me, like that can't bother me, because I've already went on that journey and I'm already like, okay, well, this is who Natalie is.
Yeah.
And you know, we talked about that in a previous episode, like I'm all these qualities. So like if anybody was to ever come in and be like, no, you're not that, it kind of be like I never question myself, because I know who I am. Like, do you know who you are? And that's where conflicts come in, and people like trying to put this fear and this doubt on you. I feel like those type of people are the people who haven't really went through that self-love journey yet, because once you know who you are, nobody can tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
And like I said, for me, it was like I had to lose literally myself, like literally like lose myself and be like, okay, you're just so focused on everybody else and giving everybody else love and making them feel that. When are you gonna put it into yourself?
Yeah.
So I had to go through that phase, and then to be like, okay, well, like this is self-love for me, this is self-care for me, yada yada yada.
Yeah, and I definitely feel that, because even when I reflect on situations that have happened to me in the past, and you know, people that I've dealt with, whether friendships or people that I've been in relation with, just like if I would have been how I am now, then I would have never been in those situations that I was. And it's just like reflecting back, to me, I'd be like, it's hard to say, because I thought I did, is I didn't really like love myself like that, because the situations that I put myself in, because of course we can control our actions. Sometimes we put ourselves in certain situations that we're not supposed to, and I put myself in certain situations and I look back and I'm like, you really didn't love yourself. I mean, you say you did, but by the actions and what you were doing, you really didn't, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, back then it was not it. I would not have made some of those decisions, but at the same time I don't regret it, because like she said, I had to go through those things to actually figure out like, what's my worth? I'm valuable, you know what I'm saying? I even go through, you know, smaller situations now. They're not as big as they were back then, but I still go through certain situations now that makes me realize, like, even though you know your time is valuable, like, you know, people say that, but it's just like when it comes to a situation where you have to prove that you're valuable, that's when it really matters. So it's like I've had those situations like, no, like you really are valuable. Like, no, you're not gonna, you know, do certain stuff for free anymore. You're not gonna do this anymore because you love yourself, and that's not how you want to show up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's certain things that you're gonna continue, and things are gonna try you, and that's when, you know, that's when, if you really love yourself, that's when that is really gonna show by, you know, the actions that you do.
No, I definitely agree, because there's been many times where I look back and it's like self-reflecting. Self-reflecting is also a good thing, I feel like. On that journey, you should go back and self-reflect. If you're going through a journey, if you're not there, when you're like, well, I don't know what a self-love journey is, you should, I think that should be like one of the first, was sitting down and self-reflecting. And that was kind of one of the things I did, because I was just like, all right, you're saying that you love yourself, but you're putting up with certain things.
Yes.
You're drained around certain people.
Yes.
Like,
and continue to go around those people knowing that you feel like that.
Right. And you're not putting your all into the stuff that you want to do. And it's just like you're procrastinating and stuff like that, because that all plays a part. These are all like qualities that play a part. And it's just like, so it's like technically you don't really love yourself, Natalie, because you ain't really doing what you need to be doing, and you ain't getting away from what you need to be getting away from.
And I think discipline plays in that too.
Yeah. It definitely does, because you should be disciplined enough to be like, okay, well, I gotta do this, I gotta miss out on this. Like, sometimes you are gonna miss out on stuff. Sometimes you are gonna miss out on opportunities. And like Faith said, like, you know, time, that goes into time, back into what you just said, because it's just like, all right, I gotta be disciplined enough that every dollar ain't a good dollar.
Right.
You know, like every dollar ain't a good dollar, and sometimes that I gotta miss out on opportunities. I can't be everywhere. My presence can't be everywhere. So it's just like, that's where discipline comes in too, because it's just like not every opportunity is a good opportunity. I can't give everybody my time, and that's okay. It's okay to be selfish with your time. Your time is, what you said, valuable. So it's okay to be stingy with your time.
Yeah.
But I really feel like, all in all, self-love is like being all about you, making sure, and it's like you can have friendships, you can have relationships with a significant other, but at the end of the day, you know, like, you have to nurture yourself, you have to love yourself, like, and I think we've said this before too, like, you can't love anybody until you love yourself. Until you love yourself fully, you can't love anybody. Yeah,
and that's all. Boundaries play a part in that too, and you need to have boundaries with anybody, with your friendships, with your parents, you know, family members, your significant other, because I know my boyfriend has boundaries when it comes to me. I'm not gonna, you know, do something just because you want to do it. I don't want to do it. Like, that's not what makes me feel good. I'm not gonna go out with my friends every single night or whatever, Monday through Friday, because that's something they like to do. I don't like to do that. I'm disciplined. I have things that I need to do. They may not have things they need to do, so I'm not gonna do that, because I have a goal, I have something to tackle and that I want to accomplish, so I'm not gonna do that. And that's all self-love. Self-love is just being able to feel good with what you're doing. It's all about you feeling good, like Natalie said in the beginning. It's all about you. It's all about you. And of course, there's some things that can be selfish, you know what I'm saying? Of course, don't be a hole about it, but it's all about you and what makes you feel good on the inside.
Right. So, like I had told Faith before we started recording that I actually watched something this morning just to kind of like, I know the things for me, but I like just to like have like a list and stuff like that. So I wrote down a list of like how to love yourself. Like, this is like something for me. Somebody may not agree. We can go through the list and like just chime in. But I wrote like 4 things on, like, there's more than 4 things, of course, but I just wrote down 4 things. So how to love yourself, it could be 1, forgiving, because that is healing. I feel like people, you hold on to stuff so tight, like things like even from your childhood and stuff like that, or maybe how like your parents would talk to you and stuff like that, their tone of voice, or how they would like punish you. And it's just like, then you start to like, I feel like parenting and childhood plays a part in loving yourself too, because if you didn't have nurturing parents, or you didn't have, you know, like, how can you love yourself, because you didn't get the love from your foundation. And I feel like forgiving is huge, because a lot of people feel like when they forgive, if somebody did something to them, they feel like forgiving the other person is for that person, but at the end of the day, when you forgive someone, that's for you, because that takes that off of you, you know what I'm saying? I forgave this person, that makes me feel better, and that lifts that off of my shoulders, so that's something that I don't have to worry about. It's not to pleasure the other person, you know what I'm saying? I forgive you. That's not that. That's allowing that weight to get off of your shoulders and go to God, because that's really all that is. You don't need to be burdened with all that. You have faith in God, so let that get off your shoulders, girl. That don't belong to you. That weight does not belong to you. That belongs to Him, and that's how I truly believe. I like that. For 2, I put showing your physical body love, doing your hair, your makeup, nails, taking a long bath, stretching, facial massages in general. So like just showing your physical body love.
And this is the self-care that everybody else talks about. They don't know about the forgiving.
Yeah.
They don't think that self-love. Everybody thinks self-love, self-care
is the physical aspect.
Yeah, it's just physical, when in reality it's really not.
You gotta fix the inside too.
Yeah, girl.
So I put that just because I love doing my hair, my makeup. Like I just started really getting into like makeup because I couldn't do makeup to save my life. So like now I'm buying like bronzers, watching like reels and stuff, because like that was never really into that, because I was like, I can't do that. Like I can't do that. But then I had to change my mindset. I'm like, girl, you could do that if you just really try, practice, whatever. So I started like beating my, like that's kind of like my self-care. Like okay, like doing my hair, getting my nails done every like 2 weeks. Like that makes me feel good. When I look good, I feel good. So like just investing like your money into like going to the nail shop, or investing your money into getting a massage. Like it don't even have to be spending money, like I said, like stretching your body and stuff like that, like yoga,
taking a walk, like doing something.
Yeah. So yeah, showing your physical body love was number 2 that I put. 3 was speaking kindly to yourself, affirmations, giving yourself compliments. Because I feel like, you know, a lot of people, it's a thing where I feel like it's an aesthetic thing now, and I have to do it social media.
That's
like
that
it's
get on
aesthetic.
That irks me. Listen, I'm gonna just stop what she's saying. That irks me to the core. Like I see, it's okay to be in your soft life. It's okay to be that. You do that. But if you just like, I want you to really do it because you really want to do it. Like something is really pushing you to really do it. That's why I want you to do it. And you're doing it for yourself. I don't want you to sit here and be all self-love, self-care because you saw a cute post and you just posted on your page. Like I really hate that. That really gets under my skin. It really gets under my skin.
I feel you, but it's like I'm a person, like I can see through people. Like I see
you're
through
doing it just to be cute.
I see through your facade type of person. I've always been that type of person. I'm not gonna call you out on it because I don't care enough. But it's like I know who's phony and I know who's real.
Yes.
So it's just like when you're doing it for an aesthetic, I feel like
you are weird.
Yeah.
I'm just letting it be known right now. Really? That's how I'm gonna be thinking about you. So if you faking it and I see it, just know that I'm thinking you weird.
Because like me, I used to always post my affirmations on Instagram, like, and it helped a lot of people. Like, and at one point I stopped. Like I would put it on my story because I would really write it out. Like if anybody needs this, because I'm not just that type of person. I'd be like, well, somebody might be going through the same thing I'm going through. So like I would post it. But as of recently, I just started keeping it to myself. Like just like posting it, you know, like it wasn't just like example, it wasn't for aesthetic. Like I'm just not about to, like if I don't feel like posting it, I'm not gonna post it. But it's just like it's those people that do it for just like they just base self-love as an aesthetic, and it's just like no, people are really battling with stuff and stuff like that. So
it's a cringe. Seriously,
no,
don't
really
don't do that, please.
And like I said, giving yourself compliments. I've never been that type of person. I'm not knocking nobody to like look for compliments in other people, but once you like really love yourself, I figured out that like compliments don't really matter, like because you're so secure in who you are that the only person that's compliments that matter are the compliments that you give yourself. So you know, I feel like that's definitely that plays a part in how to love yourself. Yeah,
and speaking kind to yourself is really important because I mean, we talk to ourselves every day. We're going to talk to ourselves more than, we're going to talk to ourselves and be in our own mind more than we have conversations with other people. So speaking kindly to ourselves, all in all, means giving yourself grace. You know what I'm saying? And we spoke about this before. Like, say, for example, if you had a full to-do list one day, right? And then you were only, so your to-do list was like 10 things you had to do throughout the day, but you only was able to complete 5. Okay, instead of you saying, oh my God, like you never get anything done, like speaking to yourself, you never get anything done, you were slacking, you were scrolling on Instagram too much, so you could have got this done in that time. It's okay. You know, I'm proud of myself for the things that I were able to accomplish today. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna make these last 5 things the top of my to-do list, and I'm gonna make sure I get those done. But I'm proud of you. I'm proud of myself for being able to accomplish what I accomplished today. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, like that's really important.
Opposed to beating yourself.
Like damn, you could have did better. Like you never do this, you never do that. Like that's a lot. Like I forgot who told me this, but your brain can't separate. It can't separate stuff. I know I'm not saying it like in the technical form, but your brain can't separate. So if you say, oh my God, I look pretty today, and then you say, oh my God, I look ugly today, I mean, your brain can't separate which one is the good, which one is the bad. So it's like, why feed that into yourself? Oh, I'm ugly. No, feed yourself, it's cute. I'm cute. Not it's cute, girl. I'm cute. I'm cute. I'm cute. I'm cute. The more you say I'm cute, you're gonna feel I'm cute. But the more you say I'm ugly, that's the more your body is gonna feel. It's gonna automatically feel like that. So why not be the one to compliment yourself?
And some people might see it as arrogant, because you know there's some people that be like, oh my God, I'm so handsome, or oh my God, I'm beautiful, da, da, da. And it's just like, some people might see it as arrogant, but there is a way to speak kindly to yourself and still be like humble about it. But you know, I'm not knocking the people that are arrogant, but it's just like, you know, if that is a fear of yours, or if you know, like I said, you're going through that journey, there's a way of going about it without being seen as arrogant.
Yeah.
Okay, so then after I wrote like qualities of self-love. So like those are like what we just went through is like how like some ways you can start to love yourself more, if you like at a place where it's just like you in between. So how to love yourself more, or just how to love yourself in general. So this next list is qualities of self-love. So for how to love yourself, the fourth one I picked was me time. And then the qualities of self-love, the first one I put was liking your own company. So for me, I can't be around people all the time. I'm sorry, I just cannot. I love my friends.
Yeah.
I love everybody around me, my family, but no. Because it's just like, I need that alone time to think, to dissect how I feel, my thoughts, my day, whatever. I just cannot, you know, there's some people that like want to be around the people that they love and 24/7. Me,
every day. I
cannot do it. Like if it's like sitting at the park with a journal, sitting at Barnes and Noble's opening a book, I've done that before. Like even if like your house is chaotic or wherever you're at is chaotic, like even just going to a place of solitude, or even like I've gone nights where it's like I'm on the lake in my car just sitting listening to music. I cannot be with people 24/7, and I had to like, I've always been that type of person, but it's just like I feel like that's a quality of self-love. You have to be able to be alone and accept yourself, just yourself, before you can be with other people, before you can interact and, you know, mingle with other people. For me, like I said, some people might not agree, but me, I just love my alone time. Like so there's some days I don't want to go out. There's some days I love to stay inside, watch movies, locked up in my room. I'm okay with that. Like it's not a problem.
I agree. My boyfriend yesterday, I had helped him go do some stuff in the morning yesterday, and then we had came back home. We was just chilling, and then he had went in the room, and I was just in the living room. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm watching TV, doing stuff on my computer. And then he just came in the room, and he came in the living room, he was just so loud, and my eyes were like, I was in my peace. I was in my peace. And then he was like, I'm about to go do something. I'm like, all right, bye, I love you. Like just on my computer. So I was able to, you know, have that time. And that, like the last episode, we were speaking about, you know, significant others and friends, you know, living together, moving in together. And you know, when you have that, when you're in the aspect of living with someone, it's definitely important to get alone time as well. Even though you want to be around that person, alone time is important, because y'all gonna run yourself crazy. And that's probably why a lot of y'all be you know, breaking up and the friendships be ending because y'all always around each other, always in each other, up each other's nose, always cuddling and all that stuff like that. And that used to be me back in the day in high school when I was with my boyfriend. We like, come on, we gonna be with each other. You gonna come by my mama house at like 7 o'clock in the morning. This probably like the weekend or something like that, y'all. 7 o'clock in the morning, we just gonna be together all day, cuddled up in a room and not doing nothing. Just chilling in each other's face all day.
I like my me time, and I think
I'm starting to get myself.
I think everybody that knows me, like, knows that comes with me. Like, there's some days I'm not going to want to answer the phone. There's some days I'm not going to want to text back right away. And that's okay. That's a part of my self-love. Like, I may be having a bad day. I may be going through stuff. I may be stressed. So, tending to other people and tending to other people's needs and stuff, no, like, I don't hold the capacity that day to help others. I don't hold the capacity that day to hold a conversation. And it's nothing with being depressed. It's nothing with, it's just, okay, I have to get me together, and then I can extend my hand and help you, and then I can extend my hand and be able to call you or whatever. It's just like, I'm not always in that space where it's just like, and 9 times out of 10, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I'm not gonna sit here in front. I will literally help my friends. I don't care what I got going through. But then I'm starting to learn that it's okay, it's alright, that you don't always have to be that helping hand. You don't always have to like run and help everybody. And I've always been that person where I'm just like running to help everybody else. And then sometimes it's like, it's draining on me because I already have stuff in my mind that I have going on, or I'm already hard on myself, and I'm trying to take on everybody around me. I'm trying to take on their problems. And it's just like I had to learn, that's kind of like, and I'm still in the middle of it, where it's just like, okay, it's not a bad thing to not pick up the phone right away. It's not a bad thing to text back right away. It's not a bad thing to, okay, I can't do this. I am available, but I just cannot run to help you right now. It's okay, especially when I've been known to be that helper. Like, that is what my friends know me for. My friends know me as reliable. So it's like, I'm kind of in the middle of that right now. Like I said, it's all right to not go and run and help everybody else. And
I know somebody was talking to me and a couple other people, and they was like, after a certain amount of time, right, like probably after 7 p.m. or 6 o'clock, whatever time they said, my phone is on do not disturb. The do not disturb is not clicking off until probably like 5, 6 in the morning, whenever they, wake up or whatever. And she was like, I'm not, if I miss you during the time, then I just miss you, because that is my time for me to be with my family. That is my time for me to eat. That is my time for me to relax. That is my time for me to do me and not have to, worry about the outside world. And I was like, I respect that, because even with being a realtor, like, some clients may hit you up after hours, and it's just like, you want to help them, but hey, everybody closed at 5 o'clock. So I don't know there's really nothing that you can do, after that time. So it's like, I'm gonna follow up with you in the morning.
I was about to be mean, but it's Sunday.
I want to know what she had to say. We can say it off camera.
Look, I know common sense ain't so common these days. I wish I could sell it, because I probably wouldn't make a killing, because some of y'all think y'all got common sense. But at some point, if somebody's running a business, why would I text you? Like, I've even seen like hairstylists and stuff say that, like, why are you texting my phone at 9 p.m. about a freaking funnel? Like, do not do that. Like, and then you get mad as a customer. You get mad when these business owners come at you and be like, okay, there's a way to text me. There's a way to address this. As everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, everybody wants to be the boss, but you have to know how to maneuver in this entrepreneurial world and stuff like that. So I just feel like this is just a side note. Like, do not text nobody's phone at 9 o'clock inquiring about a freaking house. Like,
please,
you can wait till the morning. You definitely could wait till the morning, but anyways.
Cause I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it. I be seeing stuff in my DMs, and I just be like, it be like 11 something when they say something. I'm like, I'm gonna holler at you at 9:00 a.m.
She gonna be nice if I'm being one of you mean.
Yeah,
because I ain't a realtor.
I'm just not gonna respond until 9 o'clock.
She gotta be professional. I know. So don't just hop on at no 9 o'clock asking about no damn house. Thank you.
Period.
So, anyways, back to our topic. Okay, so like I said, number 1 was liking your own company. 2 was appreciating your physical self. So I think social media plays a big part in that right now, because we see these Instagram models with small waist, big butt, big boobs. Yeah. Okay. And it's bought. I don't know if y'all know. For the majority,
they be having some of them that
is natural and that are in the gym.
Yeah.
Yes.
But don't hurt yourselves.
Yes. I feel like don't look at all these pictures on social media and get discouraged of how God made you, and like I said, I'm not knocking surgery. If you want to go spend a little coin on surgery, by all means you go do that. But I definitely put like, don't do it if you're completely unhappy with yourself. There's side effects to BBLs and all this work that half of these models got done. They don't really tell you. But I'm a big believer in just appreciating, who God made you to be. And
even if you don't like it, actually work for it.
Gym.
Like,
We both be in the gym, so.
Listen, it's hard. Listen.
But you still,
it'd be a fight.
But you still make the effort to go.
Right.
Even if it's not every day, they're starting somewhere. Because at one point, like I said, I would never go to the gym. Then I was like, I'm really small. Like I said, I'm gonna be that person that's honest. I was like, I'm really, really small. Like, I just want to gain a little bit of weight. I don't want too much, but I want to gain a little bit of weight. And I got there and got a trainer. I did 2 trainers. I did 1 trainer, and then I did a trainer at my gym, and it helped me, because I knew that goes back to discipline. Mm-hmm. I wake up so early for work, then trying to go to the gym right after, that's hard, child. That's hard. I want to go to home and go to sleep after work. But it's like, okay, so if I wanted to gain weight, how was I gonna gain weight? Just eating. And people think just eating is the trick, and it's really not. You have to build muscle and do all this other stuff, drink protein shakes and all that.
I love protein.
Yeah. So it's just like I said, if you want to get a BBL, I'm not knocking you, go ahead and do it. But don't just limit yourself to what you see on social media, because there's these girls are getting procedures and there's bad side effects to them, or they're not really happy even after they get it done, and it's stuff that's more internally than anything. So I just wanted to say that. Like I said, I ain't knocking nobody. Whatever you want to do, that's you. But I do feel like you should appreciate your physical body.
And don't get mad if y'all don't be looking like who y'all want to be looking like. Listen, don't do it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so number 3 for qualities of self-love, I put treating yourself well. So that goes, I put in parentheses, exercise, eating well, getting enough sleep. That all plays a part in how you feel about yourself. Because when I'm hungry right now. So that's why I just said they're mean comments. So starving. Like, I had an attitude on the way here. I'm like, I'm on the phone with my boyfriend, and he's talking. I'm like, all right. I'm mad right now. Like, God, thank you for waking me up this morning. But I'm mad right now because I'm starving. So it's like, okay, so eating well, because a lot of people, like, you're busy, you going through something. Don't forget to eat, sleep, because all that plays a part in, self-love for me, at least.
Food is my self-love.
Yeah.
We got to eat.
When I'm hungry, I'm not a nice person, as y'all can see on this episode. But okay, so number 4, like you said, you mentioned this earlier, boundaries. Putting boundaries up, because some people are takers. Yeah. And they gonna take and take and take. And some people gonna see that you're a nice person and try to run you over.
And take advantage of that.
With a bulldozer. So it's just like, Putting up those boundaries, I never used to really put up boundaries. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all.
Same.
I used to just kind of deal with what I was dealt with. I'm like, these the cards God dealing to me, so I'm gonna just have to deal with them. These the cards that are dealt, so I'm gonna have to deal with them.
But no.
Yeah, no, you don't have to deal with them. I'm sorry.
Period.
Like, you don't. You just don't. Like, when you love yourself, you be like, I'm not dealing with this. Or I'm not putting up with this, or I'm not gonna be around this energy. And it, like, I'm not even talking about like relationships, even friendships, like boundaries and friendships. That's a good thing, because it's like, okay, well, like I said, I do not want to hang out every day, and I think my friends know that. I like to go home and go to sleep.
And it's like, y'all have to. That's why a lot of people in a lot of situations that they in now, because they don't put boundaries on nothing. They just go with the flow. It's cool, even when they want to say no.
Let me tell y'all something. Side note. When I say it's cool,
she put the phone down.
It's not cool. Okay, you done pissed me off. You done made me mad, or you just aggravated me. It's not cool. So if I would say it's cool, I don't know. I know I saw a tweet like this. So when I say it's cool, just know it ain't cool.
So maybe your boundary is to say it's not cool instead of just saying it's cool.
I think I just don't be going to like go back and forth with people. But I'll be like, it's cool. Confrontation. Yeah, I'll be like, it's cool. Because I'm not a confrontational person, I'll tell you that.
Same.
Y'all, this is the dotted line. And I'm cutting on it. Because we about to part ways. And that goes for anybody. Work related, business related. Yeah. Like, this applies to everybody. I'm not even just talking relationships. And I had to realize, okay, now you gotta start putting up boundaries, because you taking. And I'm the type of person, I'm gonna take. And I would not, I just changed this. I would not say anything. I would just, all right, strike one.
Like, take note
of
it.
Strike two. Strike three. And then about strike five, I'm like, I done had it. Now I'm about to let it out. So, and then I'll be like, dang, ticking time bomb. And then it's just so unhealthy. Like, that's just such an unhealthy way, instead of just being like, I don't like this. And if people continue to do it, all right, adios, sayonara. So I had to learn, like, okay, boundaries aren't a bad thing. Like, that just shows that I love myself, and you're not about to come into my life just trampling over me and just thinking you could do whatever you want. And I'm not, and like I said, you know, other people, when you have boundaries yourself, you got to be open to, like, I have to be open to your boundaries too, because then that's where selfishness comes in, because it's like, I can't just have my boundaries and then expect you to come into my life and you don't have your own.
Or if you do, or if I do have boundaries, like, oh, it's me, like, you know, but no, like, I have this in place too, just how you have your boundaries. So either you could respect it or you could get out my face.
Exactly. So don't be that person. We've been saying these, unless don't be that person, okay?
You don't want to be the person.
Don't be that person. Number 5 for this one was making decisions in your best interest. So making decisions in your best interest, knowing when to leave the job, when to leave the friendship, or
when to leave the club.
Yes. Yes. When to leave, you know, and go home. If you living with your significant other, when to get inside by a reasonable time.
Correct.
Stuff like that. Yeah, when to leave anything. Like, it's just when it's time to go. Even making, like, opportunity wise, like, just being like, okay, well, this opportunity fits me well, or this opportunity, like, I ain't getting paid for it, so why am I, you know, like, just for example, like, getting paid for an opportunity or getting exposure from an opportunity, which one is the best decision? If I got bills I need to get paid, I'm gonna go with the one that's paying.
Right.
And then if I just care about being seen, then I'm gonna just go with the one that's giving me exposure. But just making decisions that are gonna suit you, not suit anybody else, not suit your mama, not suit your daddy. Making decisions that are gonna suit you, because you know, like, even family members like to just, I dealt with this last night. I'm so aggressive on this episode. You're probably like, what's she going through? I'm just hungry. So like, just making decisions that are gonna make you happy. Don't let any of your family members, anybody in your family, mama, daddy, grandma, like, just anybody around you, whatever makes you happy at the end of the day, make sure you're making those decisions solely based on you.
And that's on per.
Okay, and then so the last list I have, because okay, with self-love does come self-hate. Okay, and of course we don't really talk about that because we're always like, oh, self-love journey, but you have to go through the bad to get to the good. So I made a list for some things. If you're kind of in the middle, like I said, of like loving yourself, you don't know what self-hate looks like, you probably just doing these things and you don't know what it looks like. So for number one,
all right, Coach Nat.
Yeah. So for number one, I self-hate, choosing to remain in places where people belittle you. Because people like to talk down on you, people like to project their negativity onto you,
and it don't even be like obvious. It could be like slick stuff that they always say that you can catch.
Yeah, because like I said, it's to a point where I don't even want to be around people that drain my energy, or around people that don't uplift me, or
low vibrational people.
Yes, exactly what Faith said in her post.
It's a no.
No. If you're around like any people, and I feel like that'd be a sign from God. And I didn't really think about it till I went through my journey. Like I said, when people start to irritate your spirit and your soul, get away from them. That's
unfollow them.
Yeah,
or on social media.
Or unfollow them, because it's just like God is literally telling you, like, this person is just not on the same vibration as you.
Yeah.
And they only gonna take your vibration down. So just get away from them people. If you ever get a gut feeling around a person, you feel bad, irritated around a person, I'm a big believer in that. Just don't be around them, because I be if I don't feel happy around you, I don't want to be around you.
Yeah, and that just goes back to the social media thing. I did that. I did basically a purge of the people that I feel like just brings nothing to my life. Like, it's just nothing. You just always speaking negative on Instagram, and you always talking about this and that. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm unfollowing you. So what y'all need to do is go on y'all Instagram, go on y'all Twitter, go on y'all whatever, TikTok, whatever social media you on, Facebook. Unfollow those people that are not being positive. Do it. Unfollow those people that are not talking about nothing. They always talking about their baby mama, baby daddy, all that stuff like that. And if you even in these people close friends, take me out.
Yeah, because that's weird. Why do you have me and your close friends and we just started following each other?
Like, I don't want to be a part of the negative. I don't want to be.
Social media is just a place for stuff going on.
I don't want to be a part of it. I didn't ask to be a part of this, especially in the close friends. I didn't ask to be a part of this. So I'm gonna unfollow you, and yeah, we just gonna do it like that, because that's something that we're always doing every day. I'm pretty sure the majority of us are on some form of social media every single day. So what we consume, like I said earlier, our brain don't know the difference between the good and the bad. So it's just like, if we always consuming bad, then that's how we're gonna be throughout life. But unfollow those people. Do a purge. It's purge day.
Yes, please. So for number two, I've put feeling ugly and worthless. You know, like Faith said, don't be like, I'm ugly, I'll be doing that, but I don't really say it. It just be when I have a bad hair day. But my hair don't want to cooperate. I just be saying that when it's okay. So I'm reasoning with you if you got a bad hair day. Like, I didn't wear a bun for like the last 2 weeks. So I'm like, now I got my hair back. So yeah. So but to be on a serious note, just feeling ugly, feeling worthless, that goes back to just putting time into yourself, putting money into yourself, like, you know, getting dolled up, getting a fresh cut, like, you know, so this ain't just for women, it's for men too, getting a fresh cut. Men get manicures, getting a manicure, like getting a pedicure, that, you know.
Get them critters done.
Yeah, so.
I need to get mine.
So it's just like, that was, you know, that does play a part, you know, feeling ugly or worthless. For number three, I put being over self-critical. So we're very critical of ourselves. Like we said, we're very hard. We don't always give ourselves grace, and I think we need to, because we're not, I'm sorry, you know how they be like, oh, super mom, superwoman. No, we're not.
And Hannah Montana said nobody's perfect.
She did. So it's all right to have a bad day. It's all right to fail as long as you get back up the next day. Like, don't stay down. Don't stay where you know, like in your sadness. I'm not saying nothing wrong with being sad, depressed. I take all that serious, but you know, you gotta be able to pick yourself up. You gotta be able, don't keep kicking yourself when you're already down. Right. Number 4 on my list of self-hate, abusing alcohol and substances.
Or just going to things instead of really dealing with the problem.
Yeah, that is definitely a thing. And I've been
an addict.
I'm not an addict, but let's just get that clear before I start my little slimy time. But I'm not an addict, but when I was going through a lot in my this was before my like self-love journey, well, kind of like beginning of it. And I've been open about my abortion and the abortion episode. That was kind of where it was like, okay, that was the start of my self-love journey. And for like a year, I think, for months after, I think I was going out, like I said, I was going out a lot or just trying to find stuff to do. I was drinking a lot. I didn't really smoke, but I was drinking a lot. And, or I would always want to be out, go out to eat at a restaurant, and not even drinking at my house, like just going out, having a drink, not, you know. And I had to realize that I was abusing alcohol. Like, it was a point where I was just like, I just don't want to feel what I'm feeling. And then it got to a point where I was just like, okay, well, you need to take this out because you're looking for an escape of what you feel. And you got to really deal with your emotions before you just try to keep, like, you keep clouding them. And I feel like, you know, for me, like I said, it was just like a way of like to get away from what I was feeling. And I even posted something recently, probably like a couple weeks back, and it was just like I no longer drink to deal with my emotions and what I'm going through. And that can be hard, but especially when you've known that to be your escape. And I'm not even gonna say like I've gotten like drunk and like I'm just falling all over the floor. But it was always like I needed a drink. Okay, I need a drink. Like that was like, I need a drink. Or if I'm going out, where the drink is, are we gonna be drinking? And it was kind of like nobody saw that because none of my friends were able to pinpoint that. But I had to kind of be like, all right, girl, like you don't have to save yourself. Nobody come to save you. And I wasn't looking for my friends to save me. I was just looking for somebody to see like, okay, she ain't all the way out right now. Like she just trying to like deal with her emotions, but in an unhealthy way. So I definitely feel like if you're doing that to like for my example, if you're doing that to get away from what you're feeling, whether it's heartbreak, whether it's my situation was abortion, it was both, but all of those things, or even like losing a job or losing a family member, grieving, mourning, I just advise you to really sit and deal with your emotions, because when you sober, when you not drinking, when you not high, you still gonna have to deal with it.
Right. And I know other people it may not be them running to drugs or substances or alcohol. Some people, it may be other things, abusing sex, abusing sleep, abusing a workaholic. Like a lot of there's different forms and ways that people can abuse certain things to run away from what they really have to deal with. Even watching TV too much, doing like it's a lot. If you're doing too much of something,
being in the club too much.
Yeah, in the club. Like if you doing too much of something, you're abusing it.
Yeah. So I just want to say that does kind of play a part in just like mental health in general. But just knowing when to, you know, go back and be like, okay, well, this ain't healthy. Like, you know, I gotta get to a place where I'm loving myself, I'm nurturing myself, but in a healthy way, despite me going through what I'm going through.
Right.
And so for the last one, I put dwelling and thinking negative thoughts. So me, I've just always been hard on myself, like extremely hard. Like if something doesn't work out, I used to be like thinking negative, like really negative. And it got to a point where I'm just like, I'm not really helping the situation because it's the energy I'm putting out. So I had to come to a place where I altered things, or like, I'm gonna just use an example. So for back in like 2-3 years ago, like early 2019, I went to Houston to, I had applied to be a flight attendant at the time. And I went to Houston, they flew me out. I was trying to be a flight attendant with United, I think. And I went through the first interview, whatever. Then there was a second part of the interview. Went through the second part, and then like after they like sent me home, once you were done, whatever. And so I finally realized I didn't get it, of course, whatever. And so after that, I was really, really hard on myself because I'm just like, what did I do wrong? Like, am I not like friendly enough? Like, I was just being real self-critical of myself. And then now I'm at a place where like, well, maybe that wasn't for me. Maybe God didn't want me to be like a flight attendant, and I'm okay with that. But just to say, like, I think sometimes we really want something so bad, and whether it's a job, a house, to move, whatever, and you just start to think negative, like really, really negative, and you put that energy out, and you don't know how powerful that energy is, and the words that you start to speak. So I just feel like when you're on that self-love journey, you have to be able to take no's in a way where they're healthy, or take declines in a way that they're healthy, because it's just like, we're not gonna always get what we want.
Right.
We're not.
Right. Use that as a booster. You know what I'm saying? All right. Me, as a realtor, I be making cold calls trying to find buyers and sellers, and basically trying to get clients, right? So some people may not answer the phone, and I'm just like, dang. Like, can somebody answer the phone to tell me no so I could, you know, move on? So I use the no as a booster. You know what I'm saying? To continue to, or to help me continue to go. So it's like, all right, I got this no. All right, I got this no. All right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool, cool, cool. And then after so many, I finally get that yes. And I'm like, yes, like, yes. So, and it's just like, don't use a no and don't go in like depression mode. Don't do that. Use no as something that's positive and that's gonna push you. You know what I'm saying? It's all about your perspective and how you look at everything, how you look at it. That's really what it is. It's your perspective. That's really about it.
I definitely agree. Just basically being positive, even in those, like, when you don't get what you want, like, okay, I've just looked at it like now, like, God don't want that for me. God, that ain't meant for me. Right. Like, I lead it with God now, because, you know, sometimes he does those roadblocks. He closes those roads, those paths that we're on, and we gotta take a detour. And we don't know why. We don't always see why, but down the line you do. And, you know, nobody but him knows why he's, you know, he's going to protect us above anybody. So for me, like I said, I'll just be like, well, God don't want that for me. Well, God just don't want me to, he don't want me to do this. And I'll be at peace with that. Like, that brings me true peace. Like, okay. Like, I might be sad. I'm not going to say I might be sad or mad that something don't work out for a day, but I ain't going to be like, God, you know, God just don't want that. Right,
because at the end of the day, it's all about what he wants for you, the purpose he has for you. And I start to go into things like, you know, if I get this, amazing. Like, I'm gonna take full advantage of it. And if I don't, then hey, we gotta get back to work. We gotta get back to grind, but we gotta get back to doing what we need to do to get more opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how you look at it. It's all about how you look at it, and that's really what life in general, anything that happens to you, anything that happens to somebody close to you, it's really about how you look at it and how you're gonna use that going forward, right? So it's like they had this thing, I was listening to this video, and or I think it was a podcast or something like that. They had two brothers, they both came and grew up in the same household, right? one of them was rich, one of them was poor, and they interviewed both of them, and then one of them was like, they asked them, how come you ended up poor? And the man was saying, I ended up poor because I grew up in a bad household. I didn't have my dad around, and all this and this and this and that, just saying all the negative, right? And then they go to the rich man, and they're like, how did you become rich? And the man was like, since I grew up in this household and it was so negative, I wanted to make something better out of my life. So I just used that as a booster to be able to get me where I needed to be. And they both grew up in the same situation, but it was just different perspectives that they had on life and how they used that to keep them moving forward.
Right, but that comes at a place where it's just like, it goes all in all what we saying, this topic, this episode, self-love, like just loving yourself enough to even like on those bad days, loving yourself, like forgiving yourself for whatever you dealt with in your childhood or whatever, because a lot of stuff ain't our fault. We carry it, like they say, a lot of stuff we carry is not ours to carry.
Right.
And that goes back to that self-love journey, like whether you gotta lose yourself to find yourself, like I said, that was my journey, or whether you just gotta be like, okay, well, there's all this unhealthy, like I'm carrying all this, it's not mine to carry, and how can I better myself, better my mindset, better my soul, because that all plays a part, like who you are as a person, loving yourself. And like I said, I'm a firm believer you can't be with nobody until you love yourself.
Yeah. And I need to love myself by going to the nail shop and getting my stuff done, because it's going crazy over here. And I need to love myself by getting some food after I leave here. Hell yeah, I need food in my system as well. But we gonna get into this deck, and we got the self-love deck. Period. Let's see what they talking about today. I ain't trying to get
somebody said on that last episode they felt what I was saying about that one child thing. I'm like, oh, these guys so deep.
Girl. We just gonna do one to get right into it, because okay. I'm ready to go and get food.
Are you and your 3 closest friends growing at the same pace? If not, why do you think that is? Dang.
You say, are they growing at the same pace?
Yeah.
I would say no.
Yeah, I would say no.
Because it really depends on what aspect you're looking at it from. But in life, I would say no. Because everybody, I mean, we may be close friends, but we're all going through our own journey. You know what I'm saying? We may be here thinking the same thing mentally. We may be physically in tune with each other. We both going to the gym and stuff like that, but as far as goals and things like that, she may not want what I want and I may not want what she wants. So everybody is gonna be all on a different path.
Right.
So
no,
that's a no for me.
Yeah, same.
No and yes. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a no for me, because it's just like what you said, like there's things that I'm talking about that you may not be ready for, or there's things that you're talking about that I might not be ready for, and it's just like everybody has their own journey. Like, it's not a race.
Right.
It's not a race. To me, it's not a race. Like,
it's not a comparing thing.
It's not a comparison either. Like, I don't compare my friends' journeys to mine. And vice versa. That's why they're my friends. I just feel like it's a hard no for me. Like, no. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. I'm not pushing my friends to do nothing that they don't want to do. I'm not being like, oh girl, I done did this, and like, okay, like, when are you gonna? Not that friend. Yeah. As long as you're happy, look, live your life to the fullest. Be happy with yourself. Be happy all around, because life is short. So, and just to piggyback off that, like, I'm gonna bring stuff to my friends. I'm gonna bring stuff to them, but hey, if they don't want to do it, or that's not something that that sparks their interest, I'm not gonna force you to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But of course, if there is an idea, I'm gonna bring it to you. But like she was saying, we're all on different paths. We're all on different journeys. So I mean, it is what it is. Right.
It is what it is.
But y'all,
Daisy,
we about to get up out of here and get something to eat.
Period.
So this is it for season 2, episode 3.
Per.
Okay.
I need to get that out of my vocabulary. I've been saying ever since I came back from Miami. I've been saying per and period. I need to stop.
She was hanging with Carisha. Yeah, so that's it for today. Tap in, comment, like, hit the bell,
Rate,
so you can get our notifications when we post. Yeah, and that's it for self-love, self-care. You want to plug in your info?
I don't want to plug my info. I'm ready to go. See y'all later. Bye.
Yeah.